morning, good morning, good morning. This is Dunamis Dee Collins, your spiritual leader, life and relationship coach. And I'm excited about today because today I believe is Thursday. And this is a day that we have never seen before. So I want you to be rejoicing. I want you to be glad in it because you still have something to do in this earth. Why? Because you are great. So I'm going to come to you this morning. I just titled this Morning Madness because I actually was going to come at 6 o'clock in the morning, and I was like, okay, let me give them time to get up. Let me give them time to get moving because I really, 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 really wanted you to hear what I'm saying. So if you're not even looking at me now, but whenever you look at this video, know that you are great. Now, great people do things intentionally. I am intentionally a part of a mastermind group, and every time I come together with this group, we was together last weekend, and it just illuminated and sparked so many things in me that even though I am not in their presence, and I'm talking about over 60 entrepreneurs, 60 business owners that are striving, endeavoring, putting forth every effort to exude their greatness because they believe in themselves. They don't just believe in what they're doing, like myself. They believe in who they are, and they have a purpose, and they are agents of change. That's what they are. So I am in this group because they sharpen me. And so even although I am not in their midst, I'm still feeling the energy. That's the word I want to use, the energy, because it's something like no other when you are with like-minded people that are sharpening you. And I truly understand now the wisdom and the principle in Proverbs when it says iron sharpeneth iron. It didn't say iron sharpeneth aluminum. It did not say that. You have to be fortified and know that you are great. So I'm coming today because I have 5 great questions for you that I know when you sit down and you answer them and you think about it. I ain't talking about just, oh, let me answer this, oh, let me answer that. I'm talking about critically think. That means you self-evaluate, you analyze, you synthesize, bring all those parts together in your critical thinking, and you got to really do some soul searching. And when you answer these questions, it's going to change your life. I'm telling you, but you're going to have to take some action. Even the Word of God says faith without works is dead, okay? And that works is not referring to your duties. That work is not referring to, oh, let me get this done. Oh, let me get that done. Because, see, we got a lot of goals in our mastermind group. We got a lot of goals that we are focusing on. Not a whole lot. We have narrowed it down. Even myself, Ariel, and I, Dunamis Woman, and our team, we have narrowed down our focus because we used to be like all over the place. Trust me on that one. Why? Because I'm a visionary. So I take ownership of that. But we had to come to the place, even everyone in this group, that we had to narrow down our goals and become laser focused. You can't do everything just because it's in your mind and in your heart, but it shall come to pass. But that's how great people are. Great people think big. They're mega minded. So we have to still know how to package it and bring those things down. So when it's talking about faith without works is dead, it's not just about, oh, you got to go do this and you got to go do that and you got to go do that. Because initially that's what I was doing, they were doing, and we recognize those things. But what works really mean is faith, my beliefs, what I believe in, who I believe in, including my God, my creator, as well as myself and who he made me to be. And I put that together with the works. And that means my energy, okay? The fortitude, the strength, that relates back to that power, that dunamis. But I still have to carry a certain essence and a certain fragrance of who I am. And so that energy that I was even experiencing, it illuminated my energy. So I am putting together my faith and my works, my energy, my mind, my heart, and my soul to get to the things and accomplish the goals within the next few weeks that we have already set out to do. But for you, I want to come and sharpen you because they are sharpening me. And I believe in you. Now, I hope that you really believe in yourself. But I'm going to let you know this morning, I believe in you. If you're a man, I believe, oh my God, that you are a great man. If you are a woman, you have no idea how I believe that you are a great woman. I guess y'all saw my affect change because with the men, I was like, oh my God, because I recognize men, we need you. We need you. That's why I coach so many women across the globe, because we are in pain of the lack of the great man that's in our lives, with the first one have being our father. So we need you all in your place, in your position, in your purpose, and in your dominion. So I want you all to answer these 5 questions today, okay? A day that you've never seen before. Take some time and do it, please. And the first question is, who? Who surrounds your life? Who is in your personal circle of influence, okay? Let me tell you something. I'm going to tell you about me. My circle have become very, 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 very small. And it didn't happen overnight, okay? That's why I love spiritual life and relationship coaching, because I understand the spiritual forces that operates in people's soul when they only believe that they're good, okay? They will talk a lot, they can say a lot, but first of all, their energy is jacked up, their mind is grandiose, they think more highly of themselves than they are, and all of those are spiritual forces that comes to stop a movement of greatness. So did not recognize that at first and initially because of how we met, but realistically, as I continue to pursue the great vision, the great things that God has for my life, I had to trim the fat. And guess what? I love it from a spiritual perspective because I didn't really have to do it. As I continue to press forward, that is how they begin to just lose their way and lose my life, and I not surround myself with them. So that leads me to my second question. What's next? What is your next? Okay? Everything that I do, I already see futuristic what's next. And I'm working towards this because I see what's next. I'm working towards that because I see what's next. That's why this group that I'm in is so powerful, because it taught me how to scale back and not just try to go for all of what I see next, and take it one step at a time. People who are great are always thinking futuristic. They're always thinking futuristic. So my third question is, why? Now, you know your name. You know who birthed you. You know what you do every day. But I want you to ask yourself and ask God, why am I here? I came to a resolution a long time ago, which also answered my question for the first one, the second one, and the first one that I gave you. That question was, God, if I am just here to rob Peter to pay Paul, run to barbecues, run to little parties, run to just every church service that is given, just run, and I am not accomplishing the purpose of why you created me, why you put me on this earth, because I just don't believe I am placed on this earth to get up, go to work, get up, do this, and before you know it, I'm 50, 60, 70, and I have not discovered my why. So when I scaled back and I did a self-assessment, which is why I'm asking you to do this, it changed my life. It changed the people that were around me. It severed a lot of relationships. Oh, I'm going to be honest with you. I got a lot of backlash too, because I was no longer just doing what I was doing to please people. Now, I'm telling you, people please, and I'm going to teach a workshop on that. It's coming soon, because a lot of spirit of breaking that spirit of people pleasing is very paramount. It will hinder you from being great, and you will just settle for good. Now, the next question is, when are you going to stop making excuses? When? When? Great people, that's one thing we were talking about in the mastermind group, excuses, excuses, excuses. We got to stop making excuses. I could ask you right now, are you coming to the Great Man Online Conference? That's this Saturday. I promise you, you got more excuses than the law allows. And those excuses have nothing to do with why you are here. And then those excuses also go back to you're surrounding yourself with people who have no vision and they're just simply living a good life, okay? And then those excuses that you're making, it correlates already back to you're not looking at what's next for your life. You see what's next for everybody else. You see what's next for your children, for your mate, for your mother, for this, for that. But what about you? Even from a relationship standpoint, you all, I believe in marriage, I believe in love, I believe in all of that. But I do not believe that I got to lose my greatness because of somebody else. Now, give me a great man and I'm a great woman. We come together. Oh my God, what is going to take place? Nothing but greatness. It ain't going to work. Good man, great woman. I tried that. That does not work. So sometimes things have to be severed in order for you to say, you know what, God, you put me here because I am great. Now, the last question that I have is, how are you going to get to your greatness? How are you going to do that? Well, that's why I'm here. Dunamis Dee, spiritual life and relationship coach. You know what? I believe in coaching. But what makes me unique? I'm not different. I am unique because I have come to the understanding. That's why I have an Understanding Your Greatness coaching program. And I have implemented, did this self-evaluation, answered these questions. And this wasn't an overnight process. I'm talking about 15, 16, probably 18 years now, if I really, really do the counting. Because greatness don't come just like that. You got to have grit. You got to go for it. You got to understand who you are. So when I have come to that understanding that I possess not only dunamis power, but I possessed a gift that God has endowed upon me to see spiritual and understand spiritual forces. Look, I always use the analogy of Michael Jordan and Phil Jackson when Michael Jordan was playing for the Bulls. I'm from Chicago, so that was my team at one point. But not a sports fanatic. I don't understand it all, but I did understand this concept, okay? Michael Jordan was a great player. You all know that. The best and will always be the best, okay? He understood the game. Phil Jackson did not teach him his game. Phil Jackson, he was on there practicing before he even got to the NBA. He was doing his consistent, disciplined practicing, and it afforded him to get drafted, okay? That had nothing to do with Phil Jackson. So he was already equipped and already prepared to play the game when he got drafted into the Bulls. However, here come this Phil Jackson, this coach, okay? Here he come, all right? He looked and he had to coach a team of great men who had pursued, great men who had prepared, great men who had discipline, great men who knew where consistency would get them. But one thing Phil Jackson did that they could not do, and that would be me, Coach D, all right? He could see his opponent. You can't play the game of life. You can't play the game that's going to lead you to greatness and see your opponents that's coming after you. That's why you need a coach. That's why you need a spiritual coach. Every great man, every great woman is fighting, wrestling with not flesh and blood, but with principalities. Now, I don't know if you're a believer or not, but whether you believe or not, that principle is real. We are not wrestling with flesh and blood. Many great people got spirits around them, spiritual forces that are trying to stop them and hinder them. But a spiritual life and relationship coach not only sees the spiritual forces, but understand the strategies that you need for your life to get to your place called greatness. Well, that's why I'm here. That's why I'm pursuing my vision. That's why I'm pursuing my greatness, because there's a whole lot of people that's out there in that earth. You may think that they're dysfunctional. You may think that they ain't nothing, but guess what? They are great. When I look at the Word of God and I read it so intensely as I do, Jesus Christ came through a lineage of dysfunctional people. People that nobody never thought that he would come through. That will be you. Greatness lives. The greater your issues, the greater your greatness. The greater you have your struggles, the greater the outcomes that you're going to have. All right? I want you to really get it, because I'm going to be coming back to you every day. Matter of fact, I'm being challenged in the mastermind group. We have challenged each other, okay, to go 21 days straight, okay, to go live, to speak what we have to speak. Why? Because we recognize that we are great people and nothing is going to stop us. But after them 21 days, it ain't going to be over, I promise you, because something would have been done on the inside of us that's going to take us to another level of understanding our greatness and the power we possess. Well, I want you to have a great day. I am getting ready to go work out. Matter of fact, one of my personal goals is to actually keep ourselves together, because you can't have great things and be unhealthy. So I have my little beet juice right here that I'm about to drink, beets and carrots and lime, and I'm going to get out here and I'm going to do my 5 miles. But in the meantime, I want you to be blessed, and I'll be with you real soon. Do the Miss D, Spiritual Life and Relationship Coach.